morning from London. It's Saturday and I arrived in London yesterday after quite a long journey, which I'll tell you about in a moment. And after dropping off my case at the station at the left luggage, I went straight to get my hair cut. What do you think? My hairdresser did a really good job. As you can see from the footage, she cut quite a bit off, probably, what would you say, about 3 inches, something like that. And he did curl it yesterday, but of course it's dropped because my hair doesn't hold a curl, but I still think it looks really nice. And something else that's very exciting is he said he didn't need to do anything to the colour because he said it seems to have stayed blonde or gone blonder, which is true because a lot of you have mentioned that actually. So I am really, really delighted with it, and I think it'll be easy to style and all the straggly ends are off, which, it's just such a relief. And I took him a picture of Victoria Beckham, which I think I mentioned in my previous vlog, the type of and the sort of length that I wanted. And I think he's really achieved it. I'm so delighted. So feel a lot lighter, feel a lot happier with my hair. And then I came to the hotel and had a little kit. And then I popped to Selfridges and bought a Victoria Beckham eyeshadow, which will be coming up in a later video, which I'm wearing on my lids today. And then I went to meet my son at Fisher's restaurant. We had a really lovely meal, including having frankfurters. It reminded me so much of my dad because that's what he used to cook for me when I was a child. The sort of the beef, the proper frankfurters, the beef frankfurters. Oh, so good with mustard. I had smoked salmon to start. I could have had chopped liver, but I thought if I have chopped liver and then have sausages, it's just too much and I won't have room for my apple strudel, which I was determined to have at the end of the meal. So absolutely delicious food. Then this morning I'm going to the dentist at 10 o'clock and then I'm going to, if I've got time, pop into Selfridges again. I know I shouldn't really, and maybe even Uniqlo. And then I'm meeting my camp girlies and Claire, whose birthday it is, whose 50th birthday it is, that we're celebrating at the Spring restaurant in Somerset House. And it looks absolutely gorgeous. I think it's Sky Gingle or Gingle or Jingle. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce that. But she's a well-known food writer and chef, and I think it's her restaurant, so really looking forward to that. And then I'll be catching the train home at 6 o'clock and won't arrive back till 8:30, and that's because there is a bus replacement service. Oh my gosh. So when you get to Ipswich, which is about an hour on the train, which is fine, you then have an hour and a half bus journey from Ipswich to Saxmundham. So I'm hoping I might nod off, but the journey from Saxmundham to Ipswich yesterday was hilarious because I thought it would be a kind of coach. I didn't think it would be a bus, but it was literally a basic bus that appeared to take us. And what had happened, I think, was because there's so many roadworks close to Saxmundham because of the Sizewell C works that are going on, I think the bus driver decided that at the first stop after Saxmundham that he was going to drop off the passengers who were not going to go straight to Ipswich but wanted to go to stations on the way. So he dropped them off with another bus driver and then took us down this tiny B road. Honestly, it was like this in this bus where there's no seat belts or anything. It's literally just a normal bus with, handrails and what have you. It was a bit scary, but he did get us to the station with 10 minutes to spare. He got us there at the right time, but it was hilarious. Anyway, I don't think it'll be probably like that on the way back, but who knows. So that's my Saturday, and if I don't talk to you later today, I will definitely talk to you tomorrow and let you know how I got on at the dentist, and also if you're not too bored with hearing about it, and also what the restaurant was like at Somerset House. Now, completely forgot to show you what I'm wearing. So I've got the mango, more sort of fitted cashmere jumper. Then I've got the Ruti pants, the wide-ish leg pants. And then I've got the Fitflop boots. And I really like this look, I must say. This is what I wore. I think I wore this to my leaving do as well. So I haven't worn this combo since then. And I think it's perfect for lunch. I know it's all black, but I have got my brown coat. Let me just show you that actually. So here's the brown coat with the black. So I think that just gives it a little bit more interest, doesn't it? So that's me. It was very mild yesterday, so I didn't need anything underneath the jumper. Well, I wore a different jumper yesterday, but I didn't need anything underneath it. And I think it's probably going to be about the same today. And anyway, London's always so much warmer, especially central London is so much warmer than the rest of the UK, really, I think, just because of all the buildings and everything. So I think I'll be fine with this. In fact, I may be too warm, but we'll see how we go. And yes, I'm ready to face the world with the new hair. Here I am trying on the Uniqlo curved jersey trousers, which I tried in a small, obviously a bit tight around the pockets, but even the medium was a bit tight around the pockets as well. I didn't love the fabric. It didn't feel like jersey to me. The shape wasn't too bad, but as a comparison to the Ruti pants, I think it's pretty tenuous, really. A little bit similar, but these are the Rutis. They definitely balloon out a little bit more, and I do prefer them, although they're ridiculously expensive. Good morning. It's Wednesday, and I've been ill in bed with a cold. Now, I haven't had a temperature, it's just been a nose cold, but it has laid me low and made me very tired. I didn't sleep very well, but I'm much better today, even though I sound a bit croaky. I'm happy to say it doesn't appear to have gone to my chest, so I haven't really been coughing, but I've been blowing like Billy-O, and my red nose is evidence of that. And I'm feeling a lot better. I hope you're all well. I know one of my lovely subscribers is getting over a cold, and there's probably many of you out there who've been suffering, so I hope you're all feeling better and keeping warm and drinking lots of fluids. This is my first coffee of the day, and looking after yourselves. So I just wanted to update you, first of all, my hair, which you will have seen the footage of my hairdresser cutting it. I'm so delighted with it. But let me tell you something really interesting. He didn't touch the colour because he said that it actually looked really good and he didn't think it was worth doing anything to it. And I think he's right. Now, I don't know whether it's because my hair is really quite white underneath now. It's difficult to tell. And I know that I haven't used my Colour Wow powder for a good few weeks, but I did touch up my roots last week, which I always do before I go and see him. And so maybe my hair's settling into this mode of only needing colour now and again, maybe every 6 months. I don't know. We'll see. It's a bit of a journey, but I'm really delighted with the cut. I think he's done a wonderful job. I did wash it on Monday because I felt so grotty after the journey and also with the cold. So I did dry it straight away. But I think it's looking really good. I mean, the blunt ends look great. I don't think I'm going to have any problem styling it. So I'm really delighted with it. And it's not exactly Victoria Beckham, but it's not far off. Obviously, I'm still growing out my fringe and she didn't have a fringe in the image that I took along. But I think it's as close as we can get my hair to looking like hers, which I'm really delighted with. Now, talking of Victoria Beckham, I bought this eyeshadow palette. Now, of course, I can't remember the colour story. I'm so naughty. I will put it on the screen. But this is the one I got. And I tried a few out, but this was the one I was drawn to. And I had quite a discussion. And in fact, the makeup artist on the counter did make me up with one of the palettes, which he said he thought would suit me. But I didn't like it. I thought it was too insipid on my eyelids. Whereas this one I think is just right. Although there was another one that I liked even better, but I think it was probably a bit too dramatic. So this is the one I like. And this is the one I'm going to showcase at some point in the next couple of weeks. We'll do on one of my Sunday videos. And I just wanted to let you know if you are thinking of buying one of these, do not think that you can use your old palette, and this is my old one which had tuxedo in it, to put your new palette in, which is what I thought I might be able to do, and then I was going to take this back. But no, the makeup artist was right. He did tell me that the cases he thought were a different size, and they are. Now, they're not a different size in terms of width, but they are in terms of thickness. So although they look the same here, their thickness is different. So this is thicker because I tried to put this palette in here and I couldn't get it out once I got it in. I couldn't shut the lid. So just be warned, you will need, I mean, you don't need to buy the case, of course, but if you want the case and you want that sort of luxury feel of the whole thing, then this case you'll have to get a new case. Anyway, it's a beautiful palette. Really love the colours. I think they'll be perfect for me. So when I'm feeling better, I will do a video using that palette. Now, what other news? So I went to the dentist on Saturday morning and I'm really delighted to say that it's not going to cost me an arm and a leg to have what I need to have done. I need a couple of crowns, but I don't need temporary crowns, so that's fine, although it's not going to look terribly pretty for a couple of weeks until I actually get the crowns on. But all is good. I feel much more reassured. We're going to do some teeth whitening as well, so we're all positive, and then we'll do some implants next year. So that's all good. And then I went for lunch at Somerset House at the Spring Restaurant. Absolutely fabulous lunch with my wonderful group of camp girlies, plus a load of friends for the birthday girl. It was a great event. There were some wonderful women there. It was a great group of women and really enjoyed it. But I was already starting to feel a little bit grot, it has to be said. And so I did walk a huge amount. Gosh, I walked all the way. I walked from Somerset House to Tottenham Court Road. It doesn't sound a long way, but I kind of weaved my way through Chinatown, and yeah, it was a long way. Anyway, it was fine. And then I had the bus replacement service on the way home again. Oh my gosh. So next time I go into London, I'm not doing that. I'm going to drive to Manningtree, which is south of Ipswich, and then catch the train, because I really can't cope with another hour and a half on a bus. It's just too long. So that's next time I go to London, which is on Saturday the 15th. So I'll take you with me, of course, when I go there. I haven't decided whether I'm going to stay over or whether I'll just go in and come out again. I haven't quite figured that out, because I've been invited to a PR event on Tuesday the 18th, which is my very first invitation, and it's for Dr. Sam, whose products I do really like. I hummed and hawed a bit about accepting it. I mean, I've accepted it anyway, because I'm sure they won't miss me if I don't actually go. But I've accepted it because I do like her products, and I thought, because her products are quite comparable, I would say, to Dr. Shah of Remedy, which is an American brand, I thought it would be worth going along to see whether I think they are comparable, because at the moment I'm using Remedy, but I have been using Dr. Sam's moisturisers, which are very similar, I think, to Remedy's. Even the container's similar, actually. So I thought it would be worth going along and seeing if there are any products there and any new products that I might be able to tell you about. So I really would like to go to that if I can. So lots going on. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm still staying home. I'm not going to go out until the weekend, by which time I hope I'll be fully recovered. So I'm going to go off now and finish my coffee and get ready for the day. As you can see, I've got no makeup on, but I'm not going to be putting any makeup on today. I hope you're all doing really well and keeping warm and keeping safe. And it's bonfire night tonight in the UK, so if you are going to a fireworks display, I hope you enjoy it. And my video on Sunday is going to be a clothes video. It was going to be makeup, but I've decided to do a clothes video, so I hope you'll join me for that. Let me know in the comments what you're up to and whether you're going to bonfire night or whether you've had bonfire night already. I know my town has already had a firework display. I think it was last night or the night before, but of course I couldn't go to it because I wasn't well enough. And if you've enjoyed this video, I'd be so grateful if you give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell, because some of you are not getting notified when I post a video. And if you set your little bell notifications to all, then you'll always get notified, because sometimes YouTube doesn't show you a video of mine if you haven't watched any for a while. What do you mean you haven't watched any for a while? And thank you so much for watching. It means the absolute world to me. It really does. And I hope you're all doing really well. And I look forward to seeing you on my next video on Sunday. Bye.